first 2019 edition of Capital Connections for the Florida Retail Federation. My name is James Miller, Senior Director of External Affairs, and with me is a new member to our FRF family. We are very excited to have her, Grace Lovett, our new Vice President of Government Affairs. Grace, welcome aboard. Very excited to have you and your experience and your knowledge as a part of the team. Can you, before we talk about some of the bills and issues that have come up this committee week, can you talk to our members about yourself, some of your history, where you've been professionally?
Sure, thank you. I've been in and around government, public service, lobbying for other associations for, gosh, almost 20 years now. But my first real job was as a downtown redevelopment director. So I understand absolutely retail drives the economy. And in a lot of communities, it's the character of a neighborhood. And so just so happy to be here representing such a white hat organization, and we just have so many great issues that we're going to be working on this session, and I'm just truly happy to be a part of the team.
You come to us from the Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services. You were there for a handful of years and dealt with a lot of issues pertinent to our members, dealt with a lot of our members one-on-one and our agency one-on-one, or excuse me, our organization one-on-one. Can you talk about that and how that's kind of preparing you for this job?
Yeah, definitely some familiar faces, some folks that came in to the department to talk about their issues. You'd be really surprised at how many issues, regulatory, food safety, you name it. There are a lot of issues where we cross paths with the department. So I do feel like I have a good, just basic knowledge of what some of the retailers are going through, as far as how government affects business. But I'm learning a lot. I certainly don't know it all, and I'm enjoying learning what's going to be important to retailers for this session.
Well, it is neat having someone like you come in with the experience that you have from ag and kind of being able to step right in and hit the ground running. So that's been very neat to see that.
Great.
You already know a lot of the issues, which is great. And speaking of those issues, let's talk about them right now and get into it. We had our second committee week this week leading up to the 2019 session. Let's talk about probably, if not the most important issue, one of the most important issues, which is e-fairness. Can you talk about what the meetings we've had this year, the progress we've made, and kind of where things stand on that?
We've had some really good meetings with leadership. Number one, we have a great coalition that's all rowing in the same direction on this issue. And we've had an opportunity to have a marathon meeting with staff on the House and Senate side, which is helping us build the language for the legislation. And I've just gotten a really good response. We do have a draft in bill drafting, so on the Senate side. And our understanding from House leadership is that they'll be handling that issue through the committee process. So it'll be a committee bill, which is very good. That usually means that leadership can sort of keep control of amendments and things like that. So it's going to be very important. It's very good news on that end.
That's great. Another issue that was important, it's been an issue for a number of years now, is felony theft, organized retail crime. We're very happy to have 3 of our board members in this weekend. We have Meredith Prelow from Lowe's, Al Cornish from Target, and Dean Elliott from Dillard's. All 3 of them came in and spent a few days with us and went with you and Scott and Jake to some of the meetings. Can you talk about that, what the discussions were, and kind of where things stand?
Yeah, it's very helpful when members come to town, because then legislators can hear from retailers themselves. They hear actual examples of what's going on out there. So that was very positive. It seems like we're getting some traction on potentially separating sort of the one-off retail crime, the kid that just steals something on a dare or whatnot, which obviously those are not the folks that we're really after. It's the organized retail theft. And it does look like there's an appetite for us to develop some language to share, and it'll put a bigger emphasis on that problem. So we're very pleased with the reaction we got this week.
That's great. And let's wrap it up. Talk about some of the local issues. Pharmacy, plastic bags, straws, become a very popular topic in the media and statewide, and obviously impacts a number of our members. Can you talk about where we are with those issues?
Yeah, there's more and more the local governments are passing these ordinances that are creating patchworks for our retailers, and so we are definitely looking at some language on the state level to hopefully, that's tough. Preemptions are always hard to get through the legislative process, but we are having some great conversations. There's a lot of frustration from a lot of the legislators. We want to come up with a solution for that. So it's interesting that some, like the bag bans, are circling back to the organized crime, in that you ban a bag, there's an an opportunity for folks to bring in their own bag, and it's harder to track. You already paid for these items, and it's just making our retailers have to be the police, and that's just it's not a very positive way to do business. So we are working on it, and hopefully we'll have some solutions.
That's great. Well, we got an off week next week, and then we have another committee week following that. So we'll be busy again, helping you guys and working with the legislature and the governor's office on issues important to you. Once again, if you want to stay in touch and get updates up to the minute, you can text FL Buzz to 313131. We send updates every day on what's going on, all the good work that Grace and the team are doing. And just want to say once again, welcome to Grace. We're happy to have you here.
Thank you so much.
And look forward to sending more videos your way this session. And thank you for joining us.